Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wingcat Sports. And it's our Lions post games. Lions Bucs. Lions losing 20-16. Few question marks throughout the game. Biggest one I think is what if they did kick that field goal at halftime and the special teams did not run on the field. First off, that's not on Dan Campbell. He's not the one to control whether players are randomly running on the field or not. So
right, it's a big mistake.
That's a special teams problem right there. Yeah. So if they would have kicked that field goal, they probably would have won the game at the end off another field goal.
Yeah.
But I think the bigger question is why can't Jared Goff throw more than 10 yards downfield, especially on a 4th and down situation at the end of the game? I mean, he needs to build some confidence.
Well, I mean, this is no time to like break the glass and panic. I mean, it's just one loss. But there are some concerns, like you said. Goff, second game, Goff has not played very well. We're expecting more out of him. I mean, 2 interceptions in scoring range. And like you said, that incident at the end of the first half where they couldn't get a field goal, it really hurt them. Goff has to play better. He wasn't the only factor.
No.
But I think the offense was the main reason why we did not win today. Hats off to Aiden Hutchinson. Hats off to Brian Branch. Those guys played their hearts out, but they were just about the only ones on D that, to my knowledge, observation did. But, it's just one loss, guys.
Yeah,
it pisses you off. We think we're going to win every game now that we win because of what we did last year, but it's just not going to happen. Mayfield is the real deal. Tampa Bay's a good team, and every game is probably going to be a struggle this year. So,
right. I mean that's the whole for the second week in a row. That's the whole thing is that the opposing quarterback played better than our quarterback. Last week we got lucky. Got the flip in overtime, and our offensive line, not our quarterback, won that game. This week, not so lucky. I think, like I said, like you pointed out, the not being able to kick that field goal really kind of hurt at the end. It was going to come down to something like that. And between Jared Goff and Ben Johnson, horrible. I mean, I don't know who you blame for the play calling constantly, but yes. I mean, it's got to be Ben Johnson's call. I didn't understand the last 2 series. It's like they didn't want to throw the ball beyond 5 yards. It's like you have to get a touchdown.
Yeah,
you have to get a touchdown. Why are you throwing?
You have to throw to the sticks or throw in the end zone.
It's like they were terrified to let Jared Goff throw it more than 10 yards, and that's what you had to do. You were at first down. At your for 15, 1st and 10 at your 15 to go in and score, and
so you throw 2 screen passes or whatever
through to the sidelines through screens, and both went nowhere. You put yourself in a bad situation. You threw short of the sticks all day long,
except for one. Except for one play to Williams, but that was about it.
Well, the last play of the game, you need to throw it into the end zone.
You
throw it like
in the end zone.
10 yards.
You only throw a 10-yard dump pass?
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I give full credit up to Tampa Bay. They outplayed us. They deserved the win today. They were the better team all along. Their defense played really well. But, it's like we were talking about, you go and pay these guys these immense contracts, and then suddenly you go to crap. And I'm just like, it's early. And like I said, they lost to a good team. They lost to the better team today.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield was
amazing.
Really good. Today. Looking over stats, right? There's no lack of offense on the Lions side. Jared Goff did throw for 307 yards. He just never found the end zone and threw 2 picks.
Right.
So overall, he didn't get any points. Rushing wise.
But he probably threw those 2 interceptions after throwing for, however many yards. So it just totally nullified anything he did on that drive.
And then you rushed for 139. They were able to stop David Montgomery. Gibbs rushed 13 times for 84 yards. Montgomery 11 for 35. But, I mean, again, it comes down to the fact that you just didn't get in the end zone. Jake Bates had a great day, field goal wise. He hit all the field goals he had to.
I think,
And if you want to come down to it, he probably would have won the game for us.
right. I do too. And it's not like I said, and we would have been safe if we would have won that game. It wouldn't have been because we were the better team, but we weren't today. We just, like I said, it's you got to eventually outplay your quarterback has to be better than the other guy's quarterback. That's what this league is, and it's going to be tough. Like I said, I'm willing to give Goff a few more games or a game or two or something, but eventually he's got to start playing better.
He has to play like he did the past few years. Yeah. He's already thrown 3 interceptions this year, which is unlike you almost went a whole year without throwing a pick. So, I mean, we need to get back to that. Baker Mayfield, though, he had a good day. I mean, 185 yards, a TD. He rushed for another 34. But they couldn't get the rushing.
Despite the stats, didn't it feel like Baker Mayfield was a better quarterback?
Yes.
He played better.
Today he was.
I mean, his stats are about half as what Goff was, which is a funny thing.
He rushed for a touchdown and he passed for a touchdown.
He rushed for a touchdown, passed for a touchdown for 185 yards. And that includes the Lions defense being on him the whole time. Aiden Hutchinson getting 4.5 sacks.
I think the Lions team was really good today. I think they played a heck of a game. It's like I said, this has gotten Goff and Ben Johnson, I think. And whoever that guy was that effed up that special teams play at the end.
It's that special teams. I think that you probably would have. You were in 2 situations to kick the field goal at the end of the game if you would have had the other one to win it. And so it comes down to that field goal. It would have been 20-19 going into that last drive. You wouldn't have had to worry about trying to throw it from the 25. You would have kicked it.
Right.
Yeah. 4th and 8, you would have kicked it. Probably made field goal 22-20. And rely on your defense to stop them again. But that's not how it went. Tampa Bay ended up pulling out the victory. You can't win them all. Next week, you go play the Cardinals.
Right.
4:25 start.
So you're it's your first away game. How well will you play? Now, another thing is if you're leaving all the curses and whatnot, the Lions wore 2 different colors today. They haven't won with 2 different colors in a while. Usually at home, they wear all blue.
I didn't even know that was a thing until you pointed it out.
Right, I don't even know what.
They lose every single time they wear 2 different colors.
So they wore the gray pants?
They wore the gray pants today. They lost.
Damn you, gray pants!
Well, when they wore the blue, they said it was a conspiracy theory because it blended in with the
cheating
with the end zone. Yeah, they said they were cheating. So
no rules against that. So I don't
know. But overall, You have some things to fix this week before you go play the Cardinals. And the Cardinals aren't going to be a team to sleep on anyway because they are playing just as well. They play very well against the Bills. They are beating the Rams right now 14-0 as in the making of this video.
Wow.
In the just starting out the game. The
NFL's crazy, man. The NFL's crazy.
I would not be surprised. Now, do we always somehow end up being the Cardinals? Yes, but I would not be surprised if you start out going in the bye week being 1-3.
Well, if you're doing that, then you're in very bad shape. You're looking at a very
with how Goff is playing right now, I can see it.
Well, then we went from saying they were going to be 13-4 to not making the playoffs.
Potentially, if Goff can't.
So I don't know how you can do that.
I mean,
2 weeks.
Can't even start talking about that.
Right, I mean, but they have to at least go into the break 2-2.
If
when's our bye week? Week 5.
Week 5 before you go to Dallas.
Okay. I expect them to win all these games.
They should win them all. You should
have won today.
They should have won today.
I don't understand what's wrong with Goff, and I don't understand why they called the plays they called at the end. Those last 2 drives made no sense to me, not at all.
But it's Goff's decision on where to throw it.
Well, I mean, I don't. There gets to a point where it goes, well, they took away that. It don't matter if they take it away. You got to throw it downfield at that point.
Yeah,
whether you got to take some chances. Throwing it fucking 5 yards short of the sticks and expecting your running back to run through 8 guys.
It's not going to work.
It ain't going to work.
You got to start throwing some more contested balls.
Right. You got to put it out there.
Be more risky. But let's hope next week is better than this week.
Wait a second before we go. Should Goff get the hook?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, stop. With all that
It's
being
Hooker time.
no.
No.
With all that being said, you know, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think about the game. Until next time, I want to say everybody. Soon.